LeBron James is going to the Los Angeles Lakers. And it's not shocking, but it's the biggest story in the world. LeBron James signed a 4-year deal worth $154 million with the LA Lakers. And you know what's crazy? I said a couple days ago, this would be the biggest story in the world. It would be LeBron James at the Lakers is not just a sports story. It's a global story. It's a story people in China care about. And it's funny. I was right. I'm seeing people I didn't even know cared about sports posting about this story. My friend's mom, my aunt, my cousin. I'm like, I didn't even know you knew who LeBron James was, let alone you're excited he's going to the Lakers. What? But everybody's excited. I don't know anybody who's upset about LeBron joining the Lakers, unless you're a Philadelphia 76ers fan. There's lots of excitement. But another thing worth noting, you need to be very aware of a date. July 6th. Nothing is set in stone until July 6th. And there are all these, free agent stars committing to teams. The truth is, nothing is set in stone. Everything free agents are doing is just verbal until July 6th, when they can actually sign on a piece of paper. Because you cannot sign NBA contracts until July 6th. And here's what I think is most interesting about LeBron James going to the Los Angeles Lakers. Everybody's going to talk about LeBron today. I actually don't really care about LeBron James. I'm excited. I figured he was going to go to LA. You did, I did. We all kind of thought he's probably going to LA. Here's what's interesting about LeBron James going to the Lakers, though. It's the fact that Paul George did not decide to come with him. And Paul George decided not to go to the Lakers. And before you say, oh, but Zach, you don't realize Paul George made his decision before LeBron James made his. I don't believe that for a second. I just don't buy it. I'm sure they were talking. I'm sure there was some dialogue between them. Come on, we all have known, by the way, LeBron James is probably going to the Lakers for months. So to say, oh, Paul George made up his mind before LeBron, yeah, okay, by a couple hours. It was announced before LeBron's. That doesn't really mean anything. So I guess the truth is this. LeBron James decided to stay in Oklahoma rather than go to the Lakers, presumably with LeBron James. And let me ask you a question. Is it easier to stay or is it easier to go? I know a lot of people, they have gone to school far, far away to chase their dreams. They want to be a journalism student. They travel 8 hours to go to school rather than take classes at the local college. Or a better example is one of my best friends is joining the Air Force. He's worked at a movie theater for years, the same one I worked at. He's a manager. He has a ton of perks. He's got a fairly solid life. But one of my best friends wants to reach for more. He's joining the Air Force. They're going to pay for his med school. He's going far away, and he's chasing more. He's taking a step towards a better life. I'm proud of my friend. And the truth is, there are people that are in their 30s and 40s working at a movie theater that never left. They settled. They never reached for more. And I hate to say it, but Paul George settled. Paul George took the easy way out. It's easy to stay in one place. It is hard to reach for more. It is hard to move yourself. It is hard to go after a better life. Here's the difference between Oklahoma City and the Los Angeles Lakers. If you play for the Lakers, if you play with LeBron James, there are high expectations. In Oklahoma City, there's not the same level of expectation. There's hope. They hope you win. But the truth is, people in Oklahoma City are just happy that Paul George stayed. Paul George didn't have to do anything to become a hero in Oklahoma City. And playing with LeBron's a lot of pressure. It just seems like to me, Paul George bowed out. He took the money. He took the money and ran. And I get that. I understand. Because here's the situation with Paul George is Oklahoma City was able to offer him a 5th year. It's a 4-year deal with a 5th year option. So it's basically a 4-year deal with another 5th year on the end if Paul George wants to play there for a 5th year. Which means that Paul George essentially signed a 5-year deal worth $176 million. That's basically what it is. Any other team does not have what is called Paul George's bird rights. Oklahoma City has Paul George's bird rights, and bird rights mean you can offer a little bit more. So any other team besides the Oklahoma City Thunder could only offer him a 4-year deal worth $130 million. So Paul George got more money for staying in Oklahoma City. It's a $46 million difference. That's a lot of money. And I can't blame him for that. Look, that is wealth that will go on for years in your family if you treat it right. Paul George took the money. And right now, Paul George is 28. He's gotten hurt once before. I understand. I get it. But here's what Paul George will miss out by staying with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Paul George now has no shot to win a championship. I go to Washington State University. I'm considering transferring to Montana State. If I stay at Washington State, there's no chance of me enjoying my classes. I don't want to be a journalist. I hate the classes I'm taking. I'm not learning anything. It sucks. If I go to Montana State, I may not like my classes, but at least there's hope. At least there's a chance I will like my classes. There's no chance at Washington State. And with Oklahoma City, there's no chance Paul George is going to win a championship. No chance. We saw the best thing the Oklahoma City Thunder have to offer last year. They lost in 6 games to the Utah Jazz in the first round of the playoffs. They lost to a rookie in the playoffs. That's no good. No shot to win a championship. And in LA, Paul George could have had a chance. Maybe not a great one, but if you play with LeBron, if you play in LA, you always have a chance. With LeBron James, you always have a chance. With Russell Westbrook, he's proven himself time and time again. What can he really do? The other thing that Paul George is missing out by staying in Oklahoma City and not going to the Lakers is he's missing out on his hometown of Los Angeles. Los Angeles has a lot to offer. If he wants to build his brand, LA is a better place for Paul George. Let me ask, does anybody in China know where Oklahoma City is? Probably not. Likely probably not. Maybe they do, but probably not. I guarantee someone in China knows where LA is. I guarantee, it's just the truth. A global city versus a regional city. Paul George's brand could have been bigger, winning championships or competing for championships with the Lakers. So maybe he did miss out on $46 million, but could he have made it up in endorsements and yada yada? I don't know. He certainly would have lost a lot in taxes, but he's missing out on an opportunity to build his brand by choosing Oklahoma City over LA. And let me ask you another question. Which star would you rather play with? You get to pick one. Would you rather play with Russell Westbrook, a ball hog guy who clearly does pad his stats? I don't know how you argue that at this point. We've seen he goes after triple doubles. It's unarguable now. Would you rather play with Russell Westbrook or LeBron James, who last year carried his team to a championship? I would rather play with LeBron James. Not to mention, oh, by the way, Lance Stevenson, Paul George's old buddy from Indiana, just signed with the Lakers. Paul George is missing out on a lot by staying in Oklahoma City and passing up a chance to play for the Lakers. It's just the truth. He's getting paid to miss out on a lot. He's getting paid $46 million. I understand that. But Paul George is missing out on a lot by choosing Oklahoma City over LA. And it's funny, everybody's talking about LeBron. I really think the story in this situation is that Paul George decided not to go to LA with LeBron. And I get it, Paul George took the money. But as I was watching Paul George in a nightclub, he's in LA, he's in Oklahoma City at Russell Westbrook's party. It seemed like a nightclub, standing on a stage, yelling at the crowd, "I'm here to stay." And everyone it felt like the crowd is going, "Paul George, we love you." And Paul George is like, "This feels good. It feels good to be loved." But the truth is, Paul George bowed away from pressure. He's a hero in Oklahoma City, and he's done nothing in Oklahoma City. He lost in the first round of the playoffs. Oh, we signed a big deal. He stayed. Woo! We finally got a guy who stayed. That's because Oklahoma City's ego has been hurt over the years by losing star players. Especially Kevin Durant, they will never let go of that. It's just the truth. Nothing's a done deal till July 6th. Paul George could still bow out of this. Because really all that Paul George has given Oklahoma City is a verbal agreement. But it seems to me that Paul George bowed away from pressure. He took the money rather than a chance to build his brand and win championships. He didn't appear to want the pressure of playing with LeBron James. That's how it looks to me. So where are we left? We have LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, the Lakers. How does that situation all work out? Because the Lakers did not get Paul George, I think it makes less sense to trade for Kawhi Leonard if you're the Lakers. It makes less sense for the Lakers to trade for Kawhi Leonard. Paul George, LeBron, they could have completed the trio with Kawhi Leonard. If you had Paul George and LeBron, it makes sense to go get Kawhi Leonard because you have a chance to win a championship. Without Paul George, the truth is the Lakers have less of a chance to win a championship next season than they would have if they had Paul George. Therefore, if I don't think I have a chance at a championship, even with Kawhi Leonard, I'm not going to trade young stars for him. Because you can wait a year and you're probably going to get him. Now, it's interesting. People are comparing Paul George's situation with Indiana to Kawhi Leonard's situation with the Spurs. And I don't think it's similar. So Paul George was with the Indiana Pacers. He said, I hate it here. I want you to trade me to the Lakers. Well, he didn't go to the Lakers. He got traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And right now, Kawhi Leonard says, I hate where I'm at. I want you to trade me to the Lakers. Similar to Paul George. But you got to realize, with 1 year left on Paul George's deal, he was not in a place he hated. He was not in a place he didn't want to be. He got traded to Oklahoma City. They wooed him for a year. He liked it. You can't compare Paul George and Kawhi Leonard's situation, because right now Kawhi Leonard is somewhere he doesn't want to be. The place Paul George didn't want to be was Indiana. He got traded to Oklahoma City, different situation. Kawhi Leonard is currently in the Spurs, with the Spurs in San Antonio. He doesn't want to be there. It's likely he goes to LA when his year is up, and it's unlikely that Popovich trades him away. I just don't see a situation where Greg Popovich trades him away. The only situation I could see is that maybe Kawhi Leonard gets traded at the trade deadline to the Philadelphia 76ers. If they're close or pushing for a championship, they might say, you know what, screw it. We got to put all our chips on the table. We'll make a run this year. We might lose him, but it's worth it if we can win a championship. That makes sense to me. But you can't compare Paul George and Kawhi Leonard's situation with wanting to go to LA with their year left. There's no chance Kawhi Leonard stays with the Spurs. There was always a chance that Oklahoma City could. I didn't think it was going to happen, but Paul George always had a chance to stay with Oklahoma City because he never said he hated it. He never said he wanted out of Oklahoma City. Paul George said he wanted out of the Pacers, out of Indiana. Kawhi Leonard says he wanted out of the Spurs. Paul George got out of Indiana. Kawhi Leonard is still stuck with the Spurs. So I just think Kawhi Leonard is starting in a different place than Paul George was. The other last little nugget to pay attention to with LeBron James, there's because the truth is, I don't really care about LeBron. I care about, how does LeBron's decision affect everybody around him? How does it affect Kawhi? How does it affect Paul George? How does it affect the Warriors, the Cavaliers, the Rockets, everybody? The last little nugget to pay attention to when it comes to LeBron James is Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant signed a 1-year deal with the Warriors with a player option if he wants to stay for one more year. It's basically a 1-year deal worth $30 million. But if Kevin Durant wants to stay one more year with the Golden State Warriors, he can. I want to ask you a what-if question. What if Kevin Durant wins another championship with the Golden State Warriors? It's probably going to happen. It's very likely the Warriors will win another championship with Kevin Durant. But what if he wins a championship with the Warriors, then he opts out of his contract with the Warriors and goes to the Lakers? Because then what Kevin Durant could say is that LeBron James could never beat me when I was with the Warriors. And the only time that LeBron James is able to beat the Warriors is when he played with me. And that's not true, I guess. But the truth is, if it's a power move for Kevin Durant, if LeBron couldn't win a championship and then he did with Kevin Durant, what does that say about Kevin Durant? Does that help in the valuable category with Kevin Durant? Does that help Kevin Durant's stock all time? It'd be interesting to me. I think that makes sense to me. Another little tidbit with Kevin Durant's deal that makes sense. Kevin Durant basically signed a 1-year deal, again with an option for another year, is Klay Thompson will be a free agent next offseason. And if Klay Thompson leaves San Francisco, the Bay Area, so could Kevin Durant. It's also worth noting, another thing to pay attention to, Klay Thompson's father played for the Lakers. So LeBron went to the Lakers, and awesome. But the truth is, to me, all that matters is how does LeBron James' decision affect everybody around him? I don't know. I think that's interesting to me. LeBron James is the sun, and everybody in the NBA revolves around him. Regardless of whether he's winning championships, it's the truth. I mean, Philadelphia is sad. The Rockets are concerned. The Warriors don't care, but only for one more year. Cleveland, I hope, just appreciates his service. And both LeBron fans and Lakers fans are coming together with excitement. They're happy. So once again, I say LeBron James is the sun, and everybody in the NBA revolves around LeBron. Thank you for watching this video. Remember, if you like it, you can subscribe to Strong Opinion Sports on iTunes, on SoundCloud, and on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube. And if you really like this podcast, help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show on Facebook, on Twitter, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about this show.